Hello everybody, welcome back to Musings by Nikki. This is Nikki. I have a new journal to share with you today. I had so much fun making the last ring bound journal that I decided to make another one. So this is called Wings, and just a little quick backstory. When I made my two fairy journals, those initially had started out to be one journal. So those two fairy journals, this one, and then there's another one that I'm going to film right after this that's the same theme, wings. And they were all going to be one, and it was just going to be fairies and dragonflies and butterflies and birds, and it was just going to be all things kind of winged. But as I started making ephemera and finding digital kits that I liked and stuff, it kind of evolved. So it turned into fairy journals. And then these two that are called Wings or Winged. And there's butterflies and dragonflies and birds. There's a few fairies sprinkled in here because of course they have wings. But for the most part, the main kind of three kits that I've used interchanged in these two next journals are from Zoe Tofield, Razzer's Craft. She's Razzer's Craft on Etsy, and I used one of her birds kits. And then Stacy Belts, I used her Vintage Dragonfly Dreams, Vintage Bursting Butterflies. I've used those two kits as well as some other stuff that I'll point out as I go. But this is this is tied together with just some sari silk, and you can choose not to because, you know, it's up to you, but that's how I'm keeping it closed. And on the cover it has these one of the images from the Stacy Belts kit, and then some, like, they're kind of like Scrabble tile type of things that stick out. And that's just layered on this is some handmade paper that has little flecks of gold that you probably can't see. Some really cool fabric. And this is kind of, the colors of this book are these kind of muted golds and blues and teals. So let's take a look. Let me, as usual, make sure that I still have, yep, have you completely in screen. Here we go. So right up front, there's this little pocket. You could put your name and stuff in here. And then in the pocket, there are just some pieces of journaling material. And the Stacy Belts kits, so the dragonflies and the butterflies, come with a ton of ephemera. So they have tons of these, pardon me, I'm having a trouble for a second here. They have tons of these really pretty images that you can use. There we go. That's from Graphics Fairy. They have a ton of these really pretty images, and then they have papers as well. Cute little bird clip down here. Oh, these are also from Stacy Belts, and I love them. I've used them in several of my books now, but they're her vintage garden flashcards, and there's A through Z, and each one has either like an animal, a garden animal, birds, butterflies, that sort of thing, or flowers or trees, and they're awesome. They're so cool. So I really like those. This is from the Butterflies kit. There's a tag back here. That's from the Dragonflies. I also put in here some old, like the front title pages of books, old vintage books. This is Zoe Tofield. Oh, and they're backed with, I have a couple of vintage, or I have a couple of digikits of Tsunami Rose, just basic like stained papers or lined papers, and I use those to back my digital kits that I print out. So that's what you're going to see on the backs of most of them. Here's a tag that's clipped in. It has a pocket and has, oh, these come from a Lindsay Zenor ephemera pack. This is from the Dragonflies kit. That's Graphics Fairy. Tag there with a dragonfly. Here's, of course, one of the fairies. I believe she comes out of one of the Stacy Belts kits, though. It's beautiful paper. This is from the Dragonfly kit, I believe. Some pieces of ephemera. These come, like I said, there's a ton. It's a great kit. They're great kits. They're very, they have a lot, they're ephemera heavy. This is a napkin transfer. And some sewing. There's not a lot of sewing in these books. I've done a lot of really sewing heavy books recently, so I wanted to make a few that didn't have as many strings and things hanging out. This page, it has a lot of tabs. That's what this book has. This one has a file folder, and inside the file folder is a little notebook that you can write on, and it says there is a strange fascination, and then behind there's a dragonfly tag you can pull out. Lindsay Zenor, some vintage dictionary. This is a tag that has Tim Holtz vellum, so you can kind of see through. And some eyelash. This is now for sale in my Etsy shop. And that's a Tracy Fox thing, I think, or Jivenary, that idea. That's more Zoe. This is one of the beautiful images from the butterfly kit. And here are some tags in this first pocket. And then the second pocket here has some more tags in it. And those are actually not on the page. They are clipped on this envelope. So this is actually an envelope here. And inside the envelope is a journaling card. And another image. This is torn out of one of the Zoe kits. So that just goes over the edge and clips back on. Some old music paper, more from the kits, This has a belly band, and on there is this little Edith Holden postcard that I turned into a notebook with some extra journaling space. Oops, wrong way. There we go. And then this is an embellished paper clip, and it's holding on one of the tags from the Zoe Tofield kit. There we go. Here is this is the school I work at. This is they were getting rid of some very old books, and so this is one of the books they were getting rid of. I cut out part of the title page. It was kind of cool. I left that stamp on there. Zoe kit. So here is a flip out, and you can journal in there. And then there's a belly band on this part, and pulling out of the belly band is this little fold. You could journal on the back or attach little photos. Every time I see something this size, I think of like school photos or something. And then in here, these are little journaling cards that have lined paper on the back. And these come from Ephemera's Garden, I believe. It was a kit that I got there. And so that just slides back there and it folds up. Here's a little mini tag and a bigger tag. Here's another one of those garden flashcards. There we go. Journaling pages, a little flip out ledger, just some sewing with some copper thread, Here's some more ledger that flips out. More from the kits, Zoe's kit. This gorgeous punch tin paper I've used several times now, and this is just one of the pieces of ephemera that comes in the Stacy Belts Dragonfly kit, I believe. It's really cool. Dragonfly kit. Here's another embellished paper clip that you could tuck something behind it. Here's some more. These are some of those little tags from Ephemera's Garden, but these are uncut. So I left them together and just attached them in with the paper clip to make kind of a journaling space on the back there. This is some more from the butterfly, ephemera from the butterfly kit. Some pockets. This comes in the kit as well. So there's some cool pieces that you can use to back things. Ledger, Zoe Tofield's kit. Here's another flip out. You could journal or attach photos. And then in the pocket here is moth and butterflies card. This is a nice big graphic that comes with it. And then there's just a tag in here with some of the cool trim, that fiber. That's in my kit in my store too now. Zoe Tofield. Just some layering going on this pocket, and then this is part of Zoe's Birds kit. Part of the butterflies, dragonflies, everything with wings. Some pockets. Here's another flash card and a journaling card. And then a little mason jar with some stitching and a mini tag. Here's a little piece of sheet music or music score paper. Attached here is one of these are from LJB. Yeah, LJB Instaprints. They're really cool too. They're these big kind of flashcard things. And then here's a postcard with birds on it. I believe that's from Zoe's kit. Here's another little mini notebook that pulls out of this little pocket. So you can pull it out and tuck it in your purse, or you can leave it right in there if you want to. It's up to you. More pages. Here's another flip out. So with some feathers inside, because of course wings, right? And you can, there's tags that you can pull out. And then here's a little inventory tag you can pull out of that pocket. Here's another little pocket and a couple of graphics fairy birds tags. Oh, that's a hummingbird upside down. There we go. Clipped on here is another mini notebook. Each page flips out like this. So there are several pages in there. And then on the front, it just has vellum, so you could actually put an image behind or write, you know, your name or words or whatever. So this could be a standalone piece if you wanted it to. Otherwise, it can be, there we go, just left in and used this way as well as extra journaling space. On the back is another one of those little fold outs with some more of the little cards that come out. That goes back in and ties up. Like so. And last page. And then on the back you have my tag and just a couple of more places in this pocket to journal, write your information, whatever. Then it closes up. So that's that. Not a ton of sewing or anything like that, just a few things sticking out here and there and a bunch of tabs on the side. So, like I said, I will be sharing its companion book as well real soon here. And thank you for watching. Thanks for showing up today. Hope you're having a wonderful day, enjoying your August, if you're watching this in August. And I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.